Hello and welcome back to the Ballymaloe Festival of Food podcast. I am Jolene Cronin, joined here by a festival organiser and co-host, Brie Allen. And today we have brought together three incredible food producers to talk to us. And really they represent the innovation and heart of Irish food today. So Brie, who have we got on the menu?
We were so lucky to be joined by Elaine Walsh from Wild About Mushrooms. Her focus on granola and drinks infused with functional mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi, cordyceps and chaga. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
It sounds good to me.
Started from a home kitchen in Blackrock and grew into a delivery service and festival pop-ups.
And of course we had a few more ladies. Who else did we have?
Extraordinary women. We had Choi from OGAM Korean. Choi, Cork-based business, making authentic Korean sauces and meal kits. We got to talk to her about the chili, moving here from Korea, her family. Such an interesting, amazing woman. Mm-hmm. And then also Karen from sesame-based everything seasoning, mother of 5, running her own business. Extraordinary woman. I was blown away by the three of them, really. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Karen's business is called Skillet and Spice. And I got to say, she blew me away. So yeah, this is a conversation about what drives these women what drives them creatively. And of course, how festivals like the Ballymaloe Festival of Food help connect not just producers, but customers and eaters. And I think it just brought it all together into a very delicious conversation. So let's get going. Here we are.
Brilliant. We are joined by 3 amazing food producers that we have coming to the Ballymaloe Festival of Food this year. I'm just assuming that you're all coming back to the Ballymaloe Festival of Food this year. We're here at the Ballymaloe Craft Fair in the rain and everything else, talking about the Ballymaloe Festival of Food with Elaine from Wild About Mushrooms, Choi from OGAM Korean. Am I saying it correctly? OGAM, thank goodness. And Karen from Skillet and Spice. So Elaine, I'm going to start with you. How did you end up in this world of mushrooms and...
Where did the love come from?
Where did the love come from?
I suppose my background is farming, right? So I grew up at a farm and we had lots of different animals, which produces lots of different manure, which produces lots of different mushrooms on the farm. So the vlog started way back as a kid and these funky little things started growing out of the ground and I was like, ooh, what's that? So it started that way. And then I have a love for science. So my background is pharmaceutical. So I worked in that for 17 years. And then I said, well, what do I have for myself? From being that background of farming, you're an entrepreneur, you're like doing a lot of problem solving, investigating, which fed into the science side of things. So I wanted to marry the two together. So it kind of started that way. I wanted to see if I could get medicinal mushrooms, figure out how to make functional food more user friendly for people. Did a post-grad then on food product development, food innovation, to kind of see how I can marry that all together in a formal way. So I came up with my hero product, which is the roasted granola. Does really well. Lots of nuts, lots of seeds, lots of omega-3s and 6s.
Oh, yeah, I eat it almost every day for breakfast. It's so delicious. It's so good for you.
That's what keeps you going, Brie. Because she's some woman.
I'd love to take the credit, but I'm sure Brie's someone on the road.
Oh no, I'm inhaling mushrooms at the moment, I can tell you.
So kind of went along that route. And then I wanted to engage with the male population as well. So females are much more concerned about what they're consuming, what they're putting into their body. And as we age, our hormones and all that dictates that. So kind of which is that route. And then to get the men interested, they love peanut butter. It's easy. They don't need to think about it. They kind of consume it that way. So the peanut butter works really well for them and what they can consume in their protein shakes and all of that side of things. And then the drink formula kind of came out of, I had a lot of women who were like, oh, you know, I don't want to be consuming calories. I want to get the benefits. What can I get? So we did that kind of investigation as well. So it kind of grew step by step, stage by stage. And for me, it's really important that the flavor is there. So I wanted low processing, no added flavoring, sugars or preservatives. And I just wanted people to have a clean label food. So it kind of started that way and it grew year on year.
Amazing. Wow.
It's really amazing. And we have your tea, your green tea. Was it the peppermint and...
Lemon and ginger?
Lemon and ginger. Almost every day in the office at the moment. It's so delicious.
That's amazing.
So Karen, moving on to you, tell us how you started your brand and your idea behind the very first product and how it's evolved.
So I don't know how to follow Lynn. So impressive. I'm just going to say it. And mine is going to sound rather pathetic.
No, it's absolutely not. Your brand is amazing. It's a different journey, and your product is really excellent.
That's very, very impressive. Um, I started out actually looking at doing a much broader range of seasonings. My product is a very small range. I call myself three trip pony. I have three products which I'm wed into, if you like. I very fond of them myself. I believe in them, and I think that's the key bit whenever you've got a small business. It makes everything that little bit easier. Not that anything ever is particularly easy, but it makes it a wee bit easier when you believe in the product. So I have three products. It's going quite well, but it started out being a much broader range. I have 5 kids at home, so they're my guinea pigs that I do on my R&D work on. So initially, they liked all the stuff I was making, and then they made a suggestion about this very popular American seasoning called Everything But the Bagel. I don't know if I can say that or
You can, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that but running is inspired by.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, I never actually tried the original. Well, that's it. Perfectly fine. Saw that as different ingredients and playing with it for about 6 months until I was happy with it. So I was happy with the original and thought I can't just launch one product. That would be ridiculous. So much less ridiculous to have three. So yeah, that's what it is. I've stayed with 3 products. And it's going quite well.
And your business is called Skillet and
Still
Spice.
nice.
Great. Okay.
And it's a delicious blend of sesame seeds, poppy seeds, onion, garlic, and walnut seeds.
Wow, what a sales pitch.
And it is delicious. We put it on top of a lot of things. We put it on top of bread that we make and the bagels, but we also put it on, potatoes and other things as well. Like it's a really small
Cream cheese.
on cream cheese. Yeah, it's
Scrambled
very.
eggs.
Oh my God, I'm hungry. And I'm just after eating a load of food.
Actually, jalapeno just won an award this year, so we're very happy about that. So what award did you do? Quality Food and Drinks Award that came and had a silver medal with.
Congratulations! That's
Oh,
really
bravo, well done.
exciting. Yeah, that's well deserved.
Well done.
Yeah. Jay, moving on to you. You're a long way from career now. So actually, I'm curious, how did you end up in Cork, for starters?
Well, I just met Corfman in London. So it's a usual story, just Irish who would just go out and they will come back or just someone else. So I wasn't one of them. And so I just came to Cork 10 years ago and started my business 2 years ago. And which is, the Ballymaloe was my biggest challenge, actually. Because my background is not the food. I am chartered management accountant. So I was just working as an accountant in London for in international auction house. And so I have a very little kind of food background, but I say I always love our food. But since I live in Ireland, I kind of had to find everything. It's like it's not easy to get everything.
As in your ingredients list?
Yes, ingredient oil,
I
Korean
can
food as well.
imagine.
So sometimes I go to the field and finding wild garlics and stuff, which is really great. I mean, I never experienced, doing something like that before. So I'm doing the business for 2 years now, and starting with the Korean barbecue sauce. And no, sorry, it was a marinade to the meat, and then now it's turning into Korean barbecue sauce. And
So you started your journey by doing the marinated meat that you were going to sell into butchers, am I correct? No?
no, I thought I want aiming to selling to the supermarket.
Okay.
But I kind of realized it was quite hard to sell directly because the media is, regulation is quite tough.
Yeah.
So I started selling online first, and then just came to here and selling food. And then after that got into the local supermarket. Yeah, so that was kind of a start as well, but I kind of realized big price goes really quickly last year. And so I kind of switched to the sauce.
To the sauces.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just for the listeners, Jay came to us for the first Ballymaloe Festival of Food, and she was serving her Korean food hot for people to eat at the festival. And actually, it was a huge hit. We got loads of compliments.
Never expected. And the demand and the people was commenting, that was actually boosting my confidence as well, because I wasn't really sure about whether people liking it or not. But they smell and see it, and that's lovely.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm just like completely fascinated how like you all have had such different roots and such different journeys. And for me, like I just see this curiosity about new cultures and creativity and putting, medicine and food together. It's just mind blowing. And I'd actually really like to dive into kind of see how how do these products stand out? What is it that you're making quite different there? And Elaine, I think first for me, when I think of mushrooms, they're very kind of earthy and they're very powerful. But like, how do you balance that science that's behind them and create like flavors that people actually want to eat? Like, I'm not saying that we don't want to eat mushrooms, but like, how do you make them real and in people's reach every day?
Palatable. Yeah, it's funny. It's actually a really great question because I've had so many people going, "Ew, slimy. Oh, I don't like the texture. I don't like the taste." I personally like the taste of mushrooms, so it was a challenge for me then to understand other people's perspective. To go, how can I present something where they'll still appreciate it? It'll still taste good to them, but they'll still get the benefits.
Yeah.
So that pushed me down the route of the making them into powders and actually pending this. It's quite. I am quite interested. I'm not going to say it's interesting to everybody, but I'm quite interested that at different times of the year, the powders taste different.
Oh, wow.
So, like for the reshi, for example, we have a red reshi that kind of hits more into the autumn season, and then in the springtime, it's a less dark in color. So it marbles like the peanut butter. It'll darken the color of the actual granola, but it's much stronger tasting as well when it's the red reshi, the darker reshi.
And would I be correct in saying that you harvested it all at the same time, but then it tastes different throughout the year? Is that what you're saying by that?
So depending on when you
Yeah.
grow it during the year, right? So we do the lion's mane, the reshi, and the cordyceps. We do small batches. So we grow them in controlled environments ourselves. So we can kind of start a batch a day, and then like 3 to 4 weeks time, we'll have our batch ready, kind of thing, from a commercial perspective, I guess. But then depending on the mycelium strain that I get, it will be either the red reshi, which is more the outer side, or the springtime, which is your normal brown reshi.
Yeah.
So the taste difference is there. So I do have to inform the customers about the taste difference because they think the red reshi for some people tastes more like a chocolate, whereas I don't think it tastes like a chocolate. So it is a challenge, and you're always, because it's a natural product, you're always dealing with that taste variation. Whilst we do all of our testing and everything is the same from the mycelium level and all of the goodness that they're getting, the tastes are slightly different depending on the batches. So you're always dealing with it and you're always kind of discussing it. So I do a lot of taste testers for people at the stall, and then incorporating it with nuts. When you taste the powders, they're kind of nutty flavored. So that kind of masks it a little bit. I do like there's dates in the ones I've given you now. They're snickerdoodle bars. So the date is your sweetness. So that captures that mushroom taste. It kind of masks it a little bit. So there's a little element of that. It's kind of like when you were a kid and maybe you didn't like cabbage or you didn't like a particular thing and your mom incorporated in something. That's kind of where the idea grew.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And for me, I suppose when I think of Korean or Asian food, like I think of these like really expressive and these bold, powerful flavors. Like, how did you adopt those then, like staying true to your culture, but like really, I suppose, appealing to an Irish audience? How did you find that blend?
I suppose I just try to be simple and clean as well. So when you see the sauce ingredient, and there's only 7, 8 kind of ingredient, so also there's no artificial and no preservatives either. So it's just using fresh apple and pear and onions and stuff. So I try to bring, because I don't have a food background, I try to go as easy as possible. Okay. And so I kind of looking at what's the best about Irishness and what is best about Korean. So we got two sauce, which is the original and which is not spicy, and the other is a spicy. So original is just, if you go to South Korea, you will taste the bulgogi, which is beef. I'm just promoting as well. That's a national dish. So when you go there and you will taste it, like, or spicy. there's more other food as well, but that is kind of basic to start to knowing about Korean food.
Yeah.
So I just introduce people, you can have a spicy or non-spicy.
Yeah.
But that is authentic.
And what do you find is more popular in Ireland when you're feeding people? Is it spicy, non-spicy, or do they like to try the spicy and then come back and go, oh my goodness? Or
I think they generally goes with the original, which is not spicy. But loads of people actually like this spicy food, and they say, "Oh, I'm not good at spicy," and they just try it, and when they actually taste it, they say, "Oh, this is not too spicy. I can handle it." So the spicy, what the people expecting in Ireland, they say it's kind of they expecting more South American kind of a spicy vinegary flavor, but ours is not. There is no vinegar at all, but you can add a vinegar that brings a different flavor. So it's kind of a more educating journey, but people are actually loving it.
yeah,
I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
They use it so many different ways.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And I suppose, Karen, like when I think of your brand, it's like the everything spice. Like, but how do you make it like that's designed to work on anything and everything? But how do you still build something that's balanced, that's versatile, and that it's still full of personality?
Yeah, I think I took my time in the start, and that was important that it would maintain the versatility across the three products. That even though I've got three different varieties, they pretty much work equally well across all savory dishes. I haven't found a savory dish that they don't work on. Yeah, and so really just what it does is it just comes down to flavor preference. That they are all equally versatile, and depending on your flavor preference, then you'll choose your favorite. Yeah, it has been, once I got it up and going after the initial 6 months or 8 months of R&D, it's the consistency then, and maintaining the consistency. And the way I suppose it's easy enough to do it when you're a small food producer because it's all hand done anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't taken the step to sort of, I suppose, manufacturing process of being a little more automated or whatever. I am literally eyeing in every single batch. I'm passing it between receptacles until I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
That's every single batch that I make. And likewise when I'm filling the tins, and everything is very, very hands-on, and it's in an odd way, it's very deeply personal to me. So, I feel alone about every tin that I put together. It sounds really ridiculous, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It is a kind of a matter of integrity for me that I'm happy to stand there. And actually, one of the key parts for me, tying it in here now with Ballymaloe, etc., the markets have been a huge part for me of linking with customers, and I find offering the samples. I think it just wouldn't work, particularly with a product that is relatively novel in the Irish market. I could speak to them all day, try to explain to them what it is, but that accessibility for people to be able to try it, and the conversion rate from trying it to buying it is pretty high for me.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's like Elaine mentioned confidence before, and that it is that you feel I'm doing something right if they stop, they give it a go, and they do actually. 9 times out of 10, I would probably over egging it. It's not far off 9 times out of 10.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's been very rewarding as well.
Yeah, cool. And so, Elaine, actually, I think I'll go to you with this first question. The growing pains of starting your business, from sourcing, production, packaging, retail, e-commerce, all those. We're going to ask each of you these questions because I'm really interested, Karen, in how you came up with your packaging, because it's very unusual. But we'll start with you, Elaine. It's a big question, but
I have this piece of string.
yeah.
And I suppose it could be like what's been the biggest unexpected challenge within that. Like that could be a nice little
What she
focus
said.
there. What she said. But first of all, what Bree said.
Sorry.
Well,
Who said it?
Bree wanted to know about growing pains, sourcing, production, packaging, and I'm like, look, that's a lot. What was been the biggest unexpected challenge within all of that?
Pick one. I could maybe pick three if that's okay.
Yeah.
So packaging is definitely massive issue because one, getting packaging that suits and holds the shelf life of your product is hard to come by as a small producer because it costs significantly more if you're buying less amount of it. Typically, packaging companies want you to spend buy large volumes. And if you're not selling large volumes, that's a lot on the shelf. And then, there's all that expiry date element to it. So packaging was definitely an issue. I shouldn't say this, but I am not good at social media. I am willing to state it. I've done lots of quizzes on it and maybe I just don't like it. But that's been a challenge for me, how to convert the persona of the business onto social media, how to get that message across, and then how to share it. One of the things I get a lot, and that's why I love doing Ballymaloe and I love doing the markets, is that you get to meet the customers. But probably the downside as a small producer is like, but we love meeting you. Where are you going to be next? I know you've got an online store and you could post it out to us and that's wonderful, but we'd like to chat. And you're like, that's lovely. I'm so happy you put jobs. Could you please just buy it online? So they're probably one of the two big. Maybe I'll stop there, and that's probably the two big challenges. There's lots of other ones, but they're probably the two ones for.
Yeah, but it teaches you a lot as well, doesn't it? And by the way, I think you're actually got such an amazing personality that it shines anytime I see you on social, and like here today, you're a star. So
It is very tricky though, being a small producer and having to be the person making it, the person doing the social media, the person doing the accounting.
Yeah.
I always think actually a food business being an accountant, that is a huge step up. Because so many food producers fail because of the whole accounting side. Because you've got to patch because you're doing everything. And social media, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, my heavens, it can overwhelm you. And now we've got ChatGPT.
Oh, stop.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll go down that road.
Karen, I'm really interested in your packaging because I think it's really stands out on the shelf. So how did you come up with that? And did you have the idea yourself or did you get a designer and then the challenges behind the packaging and the production and everything else and sourcing your ingredients?
Yep. I would echo what Elaine said. It's such a tricky thing for somebody starting out that the most expensive time to buy anything for you is at the very beginning of your journey, which is the irony of it, because you're most likely to fail. And I would say a lot of that is due to the fact you're paying twice the amount that you should, that you'll end up paying when you're eventually able to buy in quantity or whatever. And that does make it really, really tricky. So I would definitely agree with that. My tins, I unfortunately can't source them in Ireland, which is a bugbear in mine. But I kind of adamant about how I was going to present it. It's a food safe tin with a screw lid. So for me, the airtightness was absolutely essential because the type of product it is, clumping would be an issue, and it wouldn't hold. And with the addition of the screw top tin, I get about a year out of it. Could even get more. I could push it to 18 months, but I'm kind of holding it at a year. And it has meant that the pressure is off me in terms of production, that I can work ahead a little bit. So that was important. The size of the tin was important for me because I didn't want people to be precious about it either. It needed to be something that people were not afraid to use.
Well, that's a very good point, actually, because I do that. If something's in a small tin, I'll hold on to it, and then it's
bit of scarcity about it, yes.
Yes. And okay, so what's rare is precious, but at the same time, you do want to be able to enjoy the product and not be afraid to use it. And you might want to use it in a recipe or something, and then I can't use it because then I'll use up half the thing. So yeah, for me, the 100 gram tin makes sense. And so yeah, the design of it, I'm going to give credit to my middle daughter, Rebecca. She came up with a rough idea of what she felt the value should be of. And all of the kids, I'm going to name them all because I've said her name. Jordan, Scott, Rebecca, Ross, and Eli have all been, there's been a lot of input from them.
So how old are they, could I ask?
My eldest will be 29 this one, and the youngest is 13.
Oh, wow. Ooh, yeah.
29, 23, 21, 15, 13.
One artist. Oh, we're moving there.
Pretty sure Lodo was born on Christmas Day. No? Yeah, so a lot of input from the kids. They're very honest with me and super supportive, but they will not hold back if they feel there is a tweak needed.
And are your products in supermarkets?
I was approached by Aldi to take part in the Grow with Aldi program. So I had an initial special buy with them, and I've been back twice since then for special buys with them.
Yeah.
Which was great. But again, coming back to the small producer thing, volume, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky ask whenever you're talking about the quantities that they look for. So yeah, but it's been a terrific opportunity and a terrific experience.
Elaine, do you want to add something in there?
Yeah, no, I'd like to say to Karen she should share her story of the Breaking Bad and making the jalapeno.
Oh, go on.
Oh, yeah.
We're so curious.
Yeah.
What is the story? This is worth it.
I see this every time I see the jar.
I know for one.
No, it's just you were talking about spice there. I'm actually a wuss when it comes to spice. I presume you're talking about my garb. Yes, yeah, no. I dread selling jalapeno. I unfortunately won an award this year.
No, fortunately.
Tragedy won an award this year, which means people are gonna buy the thing,
And you have to make it.
and I have to make it. And the jalapeno flakes don't come in at quite the right size for me, so I'm chopping them down.
Okay.
And it is like weapons grade pepper spray.
Oh my goodness.
Other states in the house with us as well. As soon as her foot hits the top stair, you can hear her coughing and losing her life at the top of the stairs. And you've come down into it. So I leave it until about 1 o'clock in the morning before I start making it. When the house is cleared and it's safe to combine. I have goggles, 3 masks, full hazmat gear, gloves.
Oh, hence the Breaking Bad reference. So,
Oh, that's hilarious.
I really think she should do a whole social media section.
Please do a social media video on that. please,
hashtag Breaking Bad.
I'm just going to put it out there. Please stop buying the
please stop winning
And
awards.
if the other ones could win some awards, that would be fabulous.
just stop.
Sorry, I'm a massive addict.
So, Jay, moving on to you.
Yeah.
Your packaging, your journey, you've already mentioned that it can be quite hard to source some of the ingredients for the Korean food that we have here. So are you importing quite a lot of your ingredients, or are you managing to find them in Ireland? And your packaging, your label and everything, how did all of that come about?
I think sourcing is fine at the moment. I'm not the lever, because I get other retailers, they to see importing huge amount of stuff. So but you can see like a soy sauce and then gochujang. And that way so you can actually source in here. That's not a big problem either. So now is fine, but I think hopefully increase the volumes so I can just sourcing better price as well. And other challenges I have been the same thing, social media and scaling off. That's my challenge at the moment as well. Social media, I think this is actually painful for me because it was a kind of a shy kind of a followers, before I starting the business. But now I know there's so many good producers, good product to have there in the market. But if you're not really using a social media and do the marketing, it's less of a business if get failed as well. So my challenge this year, I say, whether I show my face, on my...
I think that's what they say you have to do now. It's just the product. You have to show your face and it's about you as a person and your product. It's connection. People want to connect.
It's connection, and like we resonate with other people, and when we see you on that journey on social, that makes me want to buy from a human. I love it.
Well, I think to me it's like when showing my face, it's just so immersing. And then talking. Is another one as well. So I try to push myself and I just step by step, just talking a little bit more, just like here.
Yeah.
And this is just showing my face as well, which is challenging, but it's just doing it. And also another one is scaling up. So I started from the cork incubator kitchen, which you know.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
And
Yeah, that's
now
service.
we are actually getting a new kitchen.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Where's a few doors down from the cork incubator kitchen.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
That's a big step. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow. God, I am so inspired by all of you and like all this hard work. It's yeah, it's amazing. But let's share some joy. I'd love to talk about, you know, the pride and the community, and especially something like the community that's fostered within festivals like the Ballymaloe Festival of Food. Like that for me is all about connection and conversation and supporting each other. Is there any piece of advice or wisdom that you've maybe picked up from another producer or stall holder along the way? I'll leave that open if anybody wants to jump in there with an answer on that.
I mean, so when I initially started, like I know from my corporate background, I was super confident because I was, you know, I knew what I was doing. So coming into this world, then I was quite anxious and quite nervous about it. But the first couple, when I did them, it's amazing how friendly and graceful and kind other traders are, and you know how willing they are to support you in your journey. I think as a country, I'm not going to go down on a soapbox now, but I think as a country that the Irish government should look at all of the small Irish food producers and be much more grateful for the innovation and the ability that's sitting in Ireland and support them a lot more than what they do. So from that, I suppose I would say to people, don't ever be afraid. If you have an idea, do go to a market that is local to you. You will get support. There will be no judgment. And I purposefully come an hour and a bit ahead to set up, because even today setting up, I met about 10 to 15 people that I'd previously come across, and they were like, oh, you know, like it's such an
Part of the chats.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
I will just say there is local enterprise officers, and they can be very supportive, or they want to help.
They are, yeah, and they do their bit. I suppose they also are put into categories. When you present your business, they want you to either typically go export, which puts you into a different category. So they definitely don't support the people who are not ready at the stage to go there. So there's definitely different levels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like some of the supports now, like mentorship and that is very good. There's a lot of courses that the local enterprise office do as well. Like I think there's definitely offerings for people of all levels, but it's just finding something that's in there that's suitable for you.
But that point you made about going to a market and taste testing with the public to get some idea of what they like and what will sell, or
it's wonderful. Yeah. I mean, it's a platform that you really couldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah. Karen, have you harvested any nuggets of advice from anybody along the way in this world of festivals and food?
Well, I mean, I would agree completely again with the just face it where it's in, but it's an absolutely lovely community. Going to markets and getting that support from people who are going through very, very similar challenges and experiences as yourself, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to turn up every weekend. There is a sense of relief when you see the friendly faces and you get or whatever, and you know everybody's happy to see you. I would say about the support thing, one thing I've been notoriously bad at and continue to be very bad at, and if I had any advice for somebody starting out, is to identify and avail of supports whenever they present themselves. And you know, in terms of like grant assistance and that type of thing, I've been very, very bad at that, very, very poor. So I would say to people, spend nearly as much time doing that, and if you can't do it yourself, have somebody who is in that arena to have a look at it for you, and hone in on it. It can be very overwhelming when you're starting out into business. You have so many things to keep your eye on, and it's very, very difficult to keep all the plates juggling at the same time. And I think the first thing to drop off is admin stuff and all the rest of it, because you're frantically trying to do the minging and the all of the day-to-day stuff. And it's not for a small producer. You're doing, as you mentioned earlier, Brie, you're doing everything and then turning up to sell it as well. It's not like you're picking up the phone and I can have order X number of this and pick up your couple of boxes. It is not that not that that's simple, but it's still definitely another layer of difficulty when you're trying to contend with everything else that has to be done.
Yeah.
And show off and be the best version you can possibly be of yourself, so you don't put off the customers. And when you're exhausted, after doing all that 1 week. So I think identifying people who may be helpful in the spheres of it that may not be intuitive for you, or that you just don't have time to. I think it's worth a while spending a little bit of time trying to do that. I think you could save yourself a lot of headache if it's possible to do that. And because you do leave money behind you, you'll leave assistance behind you, because you just can't get focus pulled that direction.
Yeah. Jay, I guess we should ask you the same question. If you could hand a piece of advice on a bit of paper there to the next maybe generation of Irish food producers like yourself, what would that be?
I said when I start my journey, I was kind of thinking, because I was being care for my son 10 years, because I haven't worked for 10 years because the size of testing. That's the one reason actually moved back to Islands. And so he still need a bit of a hands, and I say whether I go back to the job, my old job, or I just start my business. That was always kind of thing, when started. If I 2 years it didn't work, and I can go back to the job, whichever. But I'm actually glad that I tried. And so I can say, just try everything, whatever you like. It doesn't matter of age sometimes. And because, now people can live up to 100 anyway. And, you will find a way. That's it. Yeah.
Try everything, be bold.
On the age thing, I think that's really interesting. Mrs. Allen, Myrtle Allen and Mr. Allen, they didn't start Ballymaloe until she was 41.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So actually, you're never too young or too old.
Exactly.
And her career just grew and grew and grew. She died at 94. She was still working. So, exactly.
I'm going to be 50.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This lady looks about 23.
So that's what he's saying.
What exactly was in that sauce?
Really process. So I see another 50 years left for, my life. And I want to do something what I like to do. And now I feel like I'm actually really life. It is a hard work. It is a hard work, but I just, on the way, I met so many, kind, generous, nice people. And just learning every day, which is just blessed.
Yeah, amazing. So I think kind of before we wrap up, I'd love to give listeners some practical inspiration from all of you. And Jay, I'm going to ask you first, right? 1 weeknight meal idea, I suppose Korean.
It doesn't have to be,
Obviously
but
using your sauces.
all right.
That is quick and easy to prepare.
I got one thing. Yeah,
Go for it.
latest. I'm not a burger person.
Okay.
Yeah, but I actually, with my spicy gochujang sauce, so you can simply just marinate with a boneless chicken thigh, smile it quickly, and air fry 20 minutes. And then just put some Gouda cheese.
Oh, yeah.
So it's American Gouda cheese.
Oh, my God.
And
I actually haven't eaten today.
leftover spicy gochujang sauce mixed with a little mayonnaise and squeeze the lemon. So that turning into the burger sauce. So, spread on the bread and then just put the cheese and a bit of lettuce and the pickle. And that's it. There you go.
Brilliant. That sounds delicious.
Wow.
Really good.
Yeah. Karen, have you a go-to sprinkle that's going to lift any dish? I know the answer already, I fear.
Sprinkle everything on everything. You could do. I would say maybe frittata. Yeah, it would be a good one midweek. evening meal maybe. I would use the Italian. I'm sorry, I'm not going jalapeno. I just can't do it. Just can't do. The Italian. So yeah, if you slice up your cooked potatoes, some tomatoes, some peppers, I would use. And in your egg mix, just put through about a tablespoon of everything Italian and give it a good old whisk. And always make up your Spanish omelet / frittata. Yeah, and it's delicious.
Yeah, beautiful. And in particular with mushrooms, Elaine, like, have you any easy way to kind of integrate them into our weekly routine?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I had a recipe in mind that makes
Well, I've just kind of like asked you a different question. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So we actually do peanut butter. Maybe I'm a dumb recipe that I would have shared, but anyway, I have peanut butter that I would say use it like a hummus. So you do like your carrot sticks, your raw mushrooms. Certain mushrooms are really good to eat raw. So you can even do your button mushrooms. So cutting them up into small pieces. Do like a toothpick stick with your carrot, your little bit of cheese, a grape, and a mushroom. Dip it in your peanut butter, and you've got the healthiest snack that's really sustaining. And you're kind of getting some fruit and veg in there as well.
Unreal.
That's brilliant.
That is brilliant.
Nice.
So I suppose that kind of basically brings us to the end of our conversation. So Elaine, Karen, Jay, like, thank you so much.
Thank you so
For-
much. That was
yeah.
absolutely brilliant. It was
Absolutely
great to hear
beautiful.
your journeys, your stories. Three such extraordinary women doing such extraordinary things. Jolene, your questions are brilliant.
Well, of course.
We turn up to these, and Jolene is so prepared. I'm like, yes, it's a British. And then I go completely off piste. And if you, she,
Don't give the game away, Brie.
I thought the hosting was amazing.
Anyway, for those of you who are listening, of course, you can all find Wild About Mushrooms Elaine, OGAM Korean, that's Jay, Skillet and Spice Karen. You're all going to be at the Ballymaloe Festival of Food this coming May, so we can't wait to see you. And from us, I'm Jolene Cronin. This is Brie Allen, the festival organizer. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all at the festival.
thank you so much.